Um, Good afternoon. My name is Luisa Battistella, and today I'm going to talk about an educational software tool that I use all the time, and it's called Kahoot. Kahoot is a learning and engagement platform. It makes easier for educators to host learning sessions and to engage students and retain the material in a creative environment. Kahoot offers free and pay plans designed for school and work, and the free version is good for education purposes in case the institution doesn't pay for the subscription. It's a web based software, and the students can either play on their phone, tablets, website. They just need to have the code provided by the instructor. The session can be hosted anywhere using device connected to internet, and then it can be used in person at school, virtually, or as a self-study and a review for the material. I usually play Kahoot at the end with few questions just to review the material of the lecture. It can be used in higher education to facilitate active learning experience, and then it's good because the students can get feedback immediately. It can be played as many times as the students need to retain the material, and the time to answer the question can be adjusted up to 4 minutes in case the students need more time. So it's also nice. They has it also has nice features for students with different ability. The text is scalable using the browser zoom in and out feature for at least 200 times, and then it can be embedded in YouTube in case we need caption or audio description, and also sound music is mutable. The mobile app also have the built-in read aloud features. So this is an example of a question. So we usually have the title. Most of the time there is a picture, and then the question that the students can choose. Today we're going to talk about diabetes. So those are the objectives. Define hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia, different types of diabetes, ketoacidosis, test. One of the most important today is the hemoglobin H1C, and then identify normal ranges, diabetic patient, and then normal and abnormal result. So those are a couple of pictures of where we can get sugar. So fruit is a natural sugar, and then the glucose. We intake glucose through the food. Then the sugar is absorbed in the bloodstream, so it goes up. The beta cell in the pancreas release insulin and then transport glucose to the cell. What are the disease associated? We have hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia. Hyperglycemia when there is an increase in plasma glucose level, and the normal reference range is 70-99 milligram. So there are three types of diabetes: type 1, type 2, and gestation. Those are the reference range for normal and diabetic patient. So if it's over 126 milligrams per deciliter, the patient is diabetic. Type 1 is is an autoimmune disease, is due to the destruction of the pancreatic beta cell. It's mostly during childhood, and then the severe complication is ketone bodies in the blood. If there are in the blood, it's called ketonemia. If there are ketones in the urine, it's ketonuria. Type 2 is a chronic condition, is insulin resistance, and type 2 main risk factor can be older age, obesity, family history, and race and ethnicity. There are no symptoms. Treatment just diet, medication, or exercise. And then there is also the gestational diabetes. There are some women that during pregnancy can have high blood sugar. And once they have the baby, the blood sugar levels return to normal. Those are the complications: type 1, type 2, diabetic nephropathy, neuropathy, diabetic retinopathy, and then cardiovascular disease. What about the hypoglycemia? Hypoglycemia is when the blood glucose is very low, and patients start having symptoms when there are 50-55 milligrams per deciliter. Treatment, the only thing is raise the blood sugar level, given glucose tablet or candy. So what kind of test we can do in the lab to for a glucose level? Fasting plasma glucose and then hemoglobin H1C. Fasting plasma glucose, I already gave you the reference range before, and then for the hemoglobin H1C, it give us the average blood glucose level over the past 2-3 months. So specimen requirement is the ADTA, all blood samples, and those are the reference range. Reference range, if it's less than 5.7% is normal. If it's higher than 6.5%, it's considered diabetes. So now we can play a Kahoot. So that's at the end of each session, I give the students just few questions. So they put the name on it and then go. Okay, so that's the title. Now that's the title. It's a glucose in the blood, is the title of the game. And then the first one is a quiz. So insulin is produced in the pancreas by a beta. They have a time that can be customized. So the other one is a true or false. So retinopathy complication. So it's a true. So I have just 5 seconds, but it can customize up to 4 minutes. So this is another quiz. If a patient has 4.9%, is considered pre-diabetes. So those are the kind of questions that I usually give to the students. That's another true or false. Is onset during childhood? Yes, which is true. So this is just an example. This is just an example of how they play in the classroom with their phone, and then they can replay at home for review. I hope you enjoy the presentation. Thank you.